Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. I'm Adam, just finished on the old kickoff for England's opener to Euro 2021. England win 1-0 through the goal from Raheem Sterling, who I was moaning about starting. I was thinking, what the hell is that guy doing on the pitch? Where's Jadon Sancho? Where is Marcus Rashford? Where is Jack Grealish? And how is Raheem Sterling starting ahead of these players? But it turns out to be the match winner as well, grabbing the goal that gave England a crucial 3 points on the day. And I've got to say, I know Rory's getting excited and all the lads are getting excited, but I thought England's performance today was pretty average, but that's a good thing, and I'll tell you why. You don't want to be starting off a tournament flying out the blocks, being amazing and fizzling out in the group stages, knocked out after the first knockout stages. You want to start off slowly, build up your wins, grind out some wins, and then start getting your players into form. You don't want to hit the ground running too quickly and then you fall over just after the group stages. So starting off slowly isn't always a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with that. And also winning badly. I don't think England were bad today. I think we were better than bad. 6, 7 out of 10. But winning when you're not particularly performing the best, with some of your best players missing, Harry Maguire out, Jordan Henderson out, key players down the spine of that field. I don't think Harry Kane was great today. You know, Jadon Sancho missing, Marcus Rashford not starting, Jack Grealish not. When you've got these players missing and you're able to get a result like that, that has to be another positive as well. So look, I think it was a great result for England. Not particularly a great performance today in this game at Wembley, but you can't complain when you get in the win. And I've got to say, shout out to Calvin Phillips. He was my man of the match today. I know Raheem Sterling got the official man of the match. I didn't get that at all. I don't think he was particularly great. He took his goal well. He could have been tempted to try and place it rather than get the power in it, but I thought he did the right thing. He got power in it. It got a little deflection, yes, but it didn't matter because, you know, he put the power in it, got it on target and made sure it went in. So it was a good finish from him, but his performance wasn't all that, was it? I didn't particularly see a great performance from Raheem Sterling. And I don't think that goal should be keeping him in the side for the next game. But it's good to see him get a goal, especially when he's been so out of form. And his comments after the game were interesting. It's almost like he's hinting at leaving Manchester City, talking about how delighted he is to score, talking about how he doesn't get the opportunity to do that for City. It's an interesting one from a United perspective to hear potentially a little bit of murmurs of discontent in that Manchester City camp. It sounds good to me. It's music to my ears. But this is the kind of result that can help England build positive momentum and positive team spirit within their camp. We saw at the end of the game, everyone coming off the bench, Dean Henderson, Sam Johnston, all the players that weren't involved, Connor Cody, etc., embracing their teammates and you know, give him a hug and everything. When they scored, you saw Marcus Rashford, Jack Grealish and all those guys who were on the bench warming up, getting involved in the celebrations. There's clearly a great team spirit here. There's clearly a very good squad here, but there are a few areas of concern. Now, I thought Mings did well today, alongside Calvin Phillips, who was my man of the match. I thought Mings did well. He's someone that I've questioned being in this squad. I thought Konza was better than him for Villa this season. You know, I didn't expect Mings to be in the squad. I didn't expect him to be starting the first game, but he started and he did well. Now, Harry Maguire, he's going to be straight back into that team as soon as he comes back, but nevertheless, it's good to have him available, Tyrone Mings, because if Maguire isn't fit, if he has another setback, if something like that happens, then you want to have your alternatives performing well. And I thought he did that today. Look, Croatia didn't offer much going forward. They didn't have a big bulky centre half causing us problems or anything like that. So, you know, take it for what it is, but it was a good performance by him. And mentally for England, it's massive. You lose against Croatia in the semi-final at the World Cup. You lose against them, you come into the next couple of, you know, fixtures thinking, oh, we beat all the teams we were supposed to, Tunisia, but when we come up against the big ones, Croatia and Belgium, we lose. You know, and you could be possibly going into this tournament thinking you're a little bit inferior than them. Inferiority complex could come through and you could start thinking we're not good enough. But today the performance was there. It was a real professional performance, and a performance where there's still so much to improve upon. So much to improve upon. Whether it's changing the team, bringing certain players in, or, you know, tactically just changing it. I didn't get some of the selection today. Trippier at left back. Why? When you've got 2 left backs there, you've got a left back there in Ben Chilwell, who's just won the European Cup. You got a left back there in Luke Shaw, who's just had his best season for Man United, helped them finish second. I know Trippier had a great season for Atletico, but he's a right back. Why are you playing a left back? Why are you playing him at left back out of position? Doesn't make sense to me. You've obviously got the centre half, little bit of issues there, and then going forward, for me, Jack Grealish has to be in that team. For me, you know, where does he come in? Raheem Sterling shouldn't be in that team, but he gets the winner today. So there are a few areas of concern in terms of the selection, but it's a long tournament. There's loads of games to come. You have a squad for a reason. And I think, as much as I don't rate Gareth Southgate, I think he did get it spot on today. And I think he will probably look at it and think, now I can make 3 or 4 changes against Scotland. Now you can start to rotate your squad. Because the last thing that you want to see happen, like we saw against Croatia in the World Cup semi-final a couple of years ago, is your team fizzles out because you haven't got the ability to make too many changes. Today you see Harry Kane go off as a substitute. Do you know what I mean? Might have had a little knock, but you're able to take him off and give him a little bit of a rest. Harry Kane, another one of those that didn't perform well today, but you know Harry Kane's one of the best strikers in the world, and he'll probably deliver sooner rather than later. So today, whilst I'm not all aboard the Rory hype train and it's coming home and all that kind of stuff, I thought the performance was a 6 or a 7 out of 10, but I thought the result was a very, very good result. A massive result. No, you're not, man. How you doing? You're right. What do you think of that?
Rory's all positive. I'm trying not to like poo on his parade. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, like cameraman Rovin, probably the best analyst in the studio, just said Croatia had like a 3 or 4, maybe even a 5 at best, and that made us look a lot better. But we have just beaten a side over. Maybe we made them look average.
See, I was just saying that, like, great result. You clear some of the memories of the last World Cup, and it's a big team, but the performance wasn't.
It wasn't mind blowing, was it? But to get a 1-0, still good. It's still positive.
Yeah,
you
no,
can still
of course,
momentum.
Yeah. Sometimes 1-0s are better than a 4-0 because you're not deluded into thinking we're going to smash everybody.
I do think you're right though in your like nuanced criticism, but I just don't think there's space for that in certain England fans' lockers.
Just tell them right now. Just tell him it's coming on. Go on. Just tell him.
It's you do it like this though. At this point in time, you go, "It's coming home."
Question mark.
Yeah, it's coming home. Oh, yeah. So there's loads of different ways of saying.
Where is Badil and Skinner? Badil and Jennings.
Rory's gone in to upload his video. Look,
he's disappeared. This is what happened.
He is gone. But the point is, I appreciate both your perspectives. It's just this is why people watch, because you disagree with him. You know?
And you sometimes.
A lot with me, actually. Yeah, you really have no idea about BBC, do you? You good?
Yeah, man. He loves the BBC.
I do. I love public service broadcasting. I don't love the BBC anymore. You and Tommy Robinson sitting in the same boat.
Shit.
It works. Are you watching the whole tournament then, or are you just sort of like picking and choosing what games you do?
I always try to, and then near the end I tail up. Because you know when the games start doubling up and you can't watch them all.
Like yesterday, I'll be honest, I wasn't original. I wasn't sat going Denmark, Finland, let's watch the whole thing. I was sitting there with my son, sort of playing with him. But then when it got to Belgium, I was like, all right, I want to see what Belgium are doing here.
Yeah, you want to see Belgium score goals.
Yeah, and I love
want to see France. Yeah, I like
Lukaku. United fans still have a lot of affection because it feels a bit like unfinished business in that sense. Like you didn't hate him. You didn't. I
liked him before he came.
Yeah.
So I still felt the same about him when he left. Like it was the right time to leave. Understood the decision, but he's a great striker, isn't he?
Do you feel that way about Ronaldo as well, where it's like every time Ronaldo does something, you're still a bit like, oh, that's my boy.
Yeah, Ronaldo's more biased because he's like,
of course, he did amazing. He was the best player in the world at the time.
I think he's the greatest player I've seen in a United shirt.
Oh, that you've seen?
Yeah, I've seen.
But
I couldn't put him ahead of best. I couldn't because I've never saw him. But
in your generation,
yeah, like obviously Cantona means more. Scholes and Giggs mean more. Cristiano Ronaldo in 08.
It was incredible. Like it was scary. I remember going into those games, my heart like beating out my chest. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're just like shit.
And I don't think Ronaldo's been better than that season in terms of fun to as exciting to watch.
No, it's agreed. Even when he went to Real Madrid, I think they almost ruined him a bit when he went to Real Madrid. He wore the number 9 and became a bit of a strange position. Didn't really appreciate it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you think he can win it?
Yeah, I do actually, but he's got a better cast around him now. So, if anything, I think they're like second favourites. I know, having not seen them, but you know, we'll see with France, Germany. I think France might obliterate you. I'm hoping they do. I love France.
That'll be good. Kante and Pogba.
Loving it. Oh yeah, of course, Pogba. I forgot about that. You guys should try for Kante.
I've been talking about Kante. I wanted Kante when he left Leicester.
You should have gone for him then. That would have, honestly, I think you
league.
might have won a league title in that time if you'd have got Kante. Genuinely. Because you wouldn't have bought Fred. Did you have Fred when you bought Kante? Which is Kante?
There's tweets out there of people saying Fred's better than Kante.
And that's where I leave the
And on
video
that
because
note-
there are some people who are idiots.
Yeah, I never tweeted that.
No.
But on that note,
Start the Kante rumours. He's going to United this summer. Thanks.
he also said, Loz said Sancho's done as well.
I'm a bit worried about this. I did say yes. Oh no, mate, it's a lock. Sancho is going to United. Like I put money on it.
Don't put money on it.
I am.
He is.